Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Allie and I do plan with me videos. I have an Erin Condren hourly life planner and I like to plan with a lot of different stickers. However, with my functional planner, I like to use PlannerKate sticker kits. First things first, I did mention this in my last video, which was my August plan with me, but if you haven't seen that video yet, I also wanted to mention it here. My last few videos were very dark, as in the lighting for some reason wasn't what it was when I was filming. As you can probably see on this reflection of my Aura ring, I do have a ring light, and I've always had a ring light in all of my videos. When I'm filming, that light is on and my video looks crisp and clear and bright. It even looks that bright when I'm editing. But for some reason, when I uploaded the last few videos, they were very, very dark and I don't know why. I will hopefully be figuring that out. Thanks to my IT husband. I am hiring him to figure out why my videos were doing that. So to anybody that left a comment in any of those videos saying how dark they were, I appreciate that so much, because they truly did not look like that when I was filming, nor did they look like that when I was editing. So something happened in the upload process. Hopefully this video and videos going forward do not end up like that, because that is not great quality. And that's not the kind of quality I want to put out. So in the future, if there's anything odd or different or bad with any of my videos, whether it be audio or lighting, please let me know down in the comments. I would greatly appreciate it. Now that that is said and done, hopefully I don't have to say that again in the future. Now that that's said and done, let's get to planning. We are planning out August 4th through the 10th. Let's take a very quick look back at the prior week, which is actually the week that I'm filming. It is Thursday. Typically I like to film on Fridays. However, I wanted to kind of give myself a little bit of extra time because I have this, the time and the space to film today on Thursday. So it is currently July 31st. This is what my week has looked like and turned out. I don't know why I was so ambitious with getting workouts in right after I got back from vacation. Yeah, because I am not in the mindset, or I do not have the energy to get any workouts done. So I'm not going to be too hard on myself with that. I'm going to give myself some grace and try again next week. So that is what this current week looks like. Let's move on. I am going to be planning with PlannerKate Kit 732. I believe it was either part of the June release or July. Not really sure. Probably June. But I am using it now. I am using the sampler sheet as always and the journaling number 2 sheet. So let's get started. Okay, so like I said, I came back from vacation a few days ago. We got back, let's see, what day was it? It was Saturday, I want to say the 26th. Is that what date Saturday was? It was for 3 nights at Disney. If you're new here, I am a very big Disney adult. Proud of it. I do have an annual pass at Disney World, which, if you're unfamiliar, that is the one in Florida. So yeah, that trip was lots of fun. I went with my mom and my sister. Every year we take a girls trip together, usually for one of our birthdays, and this trip, it was for my mom's birthday. So it was a good one. It was very hot, very exhausting, because I typically don't go to Disney in the summertime. I always Karma, I'm filming. like I was saying, I typically do not go to Disney in the summertime. I always go in the fall, the spring, or the winter. I typically avoid summer months. But yeah, so that was quite an adjustment. It was ridiculously hot. We actually prepared for lots of rain because the week or two prior to us going down, we actually heard and saw that there was tons of rain. So we were expecting like torrential downpours is what they were having. So we were expecting lots of rain. So we came prepared. You know, we had our ponchos. We even bought silicone like booties that you put over your tennis shoes so your tennis shoes and your socks don't get wet, because nobody likes walking around anywhere with soggy wet shoes or socks, especially not me. So we even became so we did come prepared with those, and we had zero rain. So I think it's one of those things where if you are prepared, you don't need it. But if you don't come prepared, you will need it. So we did this, despite the heat and humidity, it was great weather other than that, like bright sunny days. So it was a lot of fun. It turned out to be a great trip, very exhausting, but very, very fun. I definitely missed my family though. Like my kids were FaceTiming me every day and I missed their cute little faces. My cat will not shush. I have 3 cats, and Karma, the one that's making a lot of noise, he is the youngest. He's just over a year old. And I left the door cracked for him to exit and enter whenever he pleases, but he's just being silly. Okay, moving on. Let's do date dots before I forget. All right. What did I say? We're starting with the 4th through the 10th. Oh my goodness, my cat is so vocal right now. Okay, he left. I'm gonna shut the door. Okay, date dots are in. Let's move to our sidebar. I do want to keep doing my 2 habits, although I think I'm going to change it up. So I have been doing no spend and the litter box, however, and I will still continue to do, you guys can't even see that. I will still continue to do a no spend, however, I'm going to put it elsewhere, and for this weekly view, I'm going to do litter box and yoga because I want to go back to doing yoga every single day, and I do yoga through a couple of platforms. I do it through Peloton because I am a Peloton member, but I also do it through Yoga with Adriene. She, if you haven't heard of her, she has a YouTube channel and she does free yoga videos. She is awesome. It doesn't matter if you're new to yoga or if you're advanced, She is wonderful and she's an amazing instructor. So I will try and link her YouTube channel down below. But I've been doing yoga with her for years, and she's so peaceful and delightful. Doing yoga with her via YouTube is really, really great. So I highly suggest her. Even if you're new to yoga and you've never tried it before, try some of her classes, especially like the slow flow classes. Those are typically more beginner friendly. She's amazing. Okay, so let's put litter box and yoga. And for the litter box, I do not have my litter box icons from PlannerKate yet. I did order them in the anniversary sale, but they haven't arrived yet. They've shipped, but they haven't arrived yet. So until we get it, we're just going to use this guy. And then I also have yoga mats. Perfect. All right, and then next we are going to do, oh, I need a habit label. Okay, yes, now we can move on. Let's do our reading, currently reading, and I did not do as much reading as I hoped I would at the airport when I was traveling. Oh, I need you. But that's okay. I am currently reading Flock on my Kindle. And then I haven't started it yet, but I am going to be starting Lights Out on my audiobook. I do have a Kindle and I also have a Audible subscription. I try to have an audiobook and a book going at the same time so I can read more. Because sometimes I like to sit down and read, whether it's an actual book, like a physical book, or a Kindle. And then sometimes I also like listening because I can multitask. So I like to have both going at the same time. Let's do a little squiggly. All right, so what's next? I think the week. Yep, we are planning out week 32. Do I want to add a banner to that one like I've done in the past? Yeah, why not? Okay. And now let's actually move up here. Let's do this week. And then we will do our full box. It's crazy that it's basically August already. The year just keeps flying by. All right, checklists. I need checklists. Let's use this guy. It's a little bit brighter than the color in the kit, but that's okay. All right, moving on. I think that's pretty much it for my sidebar. I always fill these in later. Moving on to Wednesday. Let's move on to Monday. We have trash day. Let's move on. I'm actually going to be doing a lot. I'm going to be doing laundry a lot on Monday. So let's put let's do laundry with this half box. We'll put laundry right there. Let's also put down, we're going to do a Peloton workout. I'm going to ride my bike on Monday. So let's put that guy. I like to do it before I pick up my kids. So let's put it right here. I do have a Peloton script. And of course I have a Peloton, like a stationary bike, and a Nikon, because they are my favorite. Okay, now we will get to school pickup for my daughter, because my son hasn't quite started his school yet. So that's usually about 3:45. So I'm going to put it right here. So pick up. And then my husband will do school pickup on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then I will do school pickup on Monday, Thursday, and Friday. There we go. I'm going to move it down slightly. Did I put it at the same spot? No, we're good. Okay. Ignore me. I need another star. Nope, not in there. I've said this in past videos, but my stickers are not organized, but that's okay because I still know exactly, well, for the most part, I know where my stuff is. I used to be organized with my sticker kits, but, or sticker sheets, I should say. As long as I know where everything is, that's all that matters. Okay. All right, another thing that's happening on Monday is my son has his school supply drop off. So let's mark that. Okay. And that starts at 5 p.m. All right, let's move on to Tuesday. I'm going to do my work days towards the end. But moving on to Tuesday, my kids have a dentist appointment that morning. Okay, next I'm going to put in my workout for the day. It will be a strength workout. Let's keep going with these little banner flags. I'm going to try and keep it around the same time every day if I can. So let's go ahead and put those in for the rest of the week. Thursday, I think, is a rest day. Thursday and Saturdays I'm doing as rest days. So let's move on to Friday. And then Sunday, I can do it later on in the evening. For these are basically what I'm marking off right now. I'm basically just going to be marking off my my strength workouts that I will hopefully get to. Hopefully I won't slack off like I've been doing. But in addition to that, Sunday is always going to be a yoga day no matter what. But in addition to that, in addition to these workouts, I am going to be doing yoga at some point in the day. I'm not going to mark that in my planner for my daily yoga, just because I'm sure it will change day by day. So I'm just going to mark my strength workouts because that's what's really needing to happen. Same with walking, I think. So typically we do, my mom and my sister and I, we do our girls walk every Tuesday. I need to check in with them and see if they want to start that back up. We obviously did not do it this week because we had just gotten back from Disney and we were exhausted. So we took the week off. So I assume we're going to pick that back up on Tuesday the 5th. I'm not 100% sure yet. I do need to check in with them, but that might be happening. Okay, so what else for Tuesday? I need to do my Shopify transfer because I pay myself because I am a business owner. It will not, full transparency, it will not be a lot this pay week because sales have not been great in the last month, but that's okay. I am not going to let that get me down. What? I think I want to use one of these flags. I'm going to put that up top. I don't like that color. Super close. Let's put it down here. Nope, let's put it down here. My daughter's special classes go down there. I need to put those in. Don't want to forget that. Let's do that now. So I put my daughter's special classes in, and by special classes I mean gym or music. Those alternate every day, and having it in my planner really helps plan out what she wears that day, especially in terms of tennis shoes, because she needs to wear tennis shoes for gym. So it's very, very helpful doing this. I did this last school year and it was a tremendous help. So I'm going to keep doing it. And I will write those classes down whenever I know them, because I currently don't have that schedule yet. Okay, so moving on, I think that's it for Tuesday. Yeah, moving on to Wednesday, I have my workout. Let me get my little dumbbells. That is in there. And Friday. And I will get the yoga mat. My husband is in the kitchen doing something, so hopefully you guys can't hear him banging things around in there. I believe he's on lunch because he also works from home. So, okay, let's move on. Oh, we're not done with Wednesday. I do need to do my weekly photo clean out on my phone. I want to try and keep that a habit. Let's use this guy. I like to try and do that every week to try and stay on top of it. Another thing I want to put down for Wednesday is Big Brother. Let's do this. I like to mark in my planner when Big Brother airs, even though it's pretty routine, Wednesday, Thursday, Sundays, but it's just something I like to put in my planner now. I think that's pretty much it for Wednesday, so let's move on to Thursday. While we have Big Brother on the brain, let's go ahead and put that down for the rest of the week, so Thursday and Sunday. And I will pull, I don't have any more TV icons on the kit, so I will pull them from past kits. This is why you keep your leftovers. And I don't have a full sheet of them. Typically, I've thought about getting the full sheet of the TV icons, but honestly, other than Big Brother, I don't really mark anything that I watch in my planner. Mainly because I typically just watch the same shows over and over again on streaming services. I typically do not watch a lot of live TV anymore. So yeah, these colors do not match the kit, but that's fine because the colors are so tiny on there, it doesn't really matter that much. So yeah, I'm typically not like a live TV type person anymore. I used to be, but yeah, it's just, I typically, if I do get to watch TV, I'm a mom, so I don't have a ton of time to watch TV, but when I do, it's usually like my comfort shows like The Office, Parks and Rec, Friends, That 70s Show, crime shows, things like that. All right, now that that is in, we can move on to the rest of Thursday. So, like I said, it is going to be a rest day. I'm going to put that in. What did I do with those sheets? Did you guys see that? That sticker tried to escape. Flew right off. Okay. So rest day is going to be Thursday and Saturday. Another thing happening is my son's first day of school. At a new school. I think I want to mark that with this half box. Very exciting. And let's grab a backpack to mark that. Alright, other than work, there's nothing else happening on Thursday. Moving on to Friday, I'm going to be doing my weekly weigh-in. And I am going to try and plan and film my plan with me on Friday. I'm going to try and go back to Fridays again. I like that schedule. I just feel like the last couple of weeks have been a little chaotic, so I've had to move up my plan with me filming. But I do want to go back to Friday. So let's mark that. I'm going to do planner time, and then instead of the planning icon, or the planner icon that comes with the kit, I'm going to do a filming icon instead. There they are. All right, I think that's pretty much it for Friday. Moving on to Saturday, I need my weekend banner. Let's see. Let's use this guy. This is really pretty. Let's put it down below. And then on Saturday we have PlannerKate sneak peeks, and my husband and my daughter are going to Ohio for a little day event. They're not staying the night or anything. It's only like a 2, maybe 3 hour drive each way, so let's mark that with this. I'm not really sure what time they're going to be leaving. Probably early in the morning. So we'll put it up here. And we are in Indiana, so it's not a far drive to where they're going in Ohio. And then PlannerKate sneak peeks. Let's put that. Her sneak peeks, she usually does that like earlier in the day, but we're just going to move it down a bit. Perfect. And I need to work on some editing. I'm so ambitious. I try to do my editing on Saturdays, but when my kids are home, it doesn't usually happen. So I'm going to put editing, actually. I'm going to change it to Sunday. So I'm going to do some editing of my video. Let's do that Sunday. And we're going to use a half box. I don't know if it'll happen that early. Let's do 8:30. I like to sleep in on the weekends as much as my kids allow me to. Because it doesn't happen that often that my kids let me sleep in. All right, another thing that happens on Sunday is I do our budget, and we are also trying to go to the grocery store as a family. So let's do grocery shop. And then for our budget, I like to use these budget scripts. And then I also have been trying to do some junk journaling on Sundays. I'm going to try and put that down here for Saturday night, actually. We'll see how that goes. So let's do... I kind of wanted a dark blue or just any of the blues, but because this is a lot of like peach and pink, but we're just going to go with it. It'll be fine. And then I am going to use the journal right here for that. Why I didn't write this down on the sticker before I put it down on the planner, I don't know. Yeah, I desperately need to get caught up on my junk journaling. Okay, so that is it for the weekly stuff. Let's mark it with the flags, actually. I kind of want to do something different. So let's do that. I will be working on Monday. And on Tuesday. And of course on Wednesday. And then I will be working Thursday. I don't think I'm going to work on Friday, so I think I'm just going to have a long weekend. It depends. I'll play it by ear and see how much time I have on Friday and how much I need to do. So yeah, let's just mark it on Monday through Thursday. Oh, that was crooked. And then I'm going to use work scripts. Ooh, this reminded me, I finally was able to buy a Nintendo Switch too. I don't know if I'd call myself a gamer, but I do enjoy playing like a handful of games. I'm more of like a cozy gamer, I guess you can say. So like Animal Crossing, Disney Dreamlight Valley, obsessed with that game. And just a few others. Like I do of course love Mario Kart. I am a millennial, so I was born in the 80s and grew up in the 90s. So Mario Kart was, I mean, I was basically raised on classic Mario Brothers and Mario Kart. But yeah, I was finally able to purchase a Nintendo Switch 2. Those were released, I think, early June. Like I said, I'm not like super serious gamer, but so I don't follow like the latest news. But I knew that the pre-sale was happening. I think you had to sign up for it. I want to say either in late May, early June, right before they were released. And I did sign up for the pre-sale. However, I still must have signed up too late because I never got the notification or the email saying that I was able to purchase until last week. I think it was, I was at Disney. Yeah, so it was, what day was it? I was able to, so I got that email that I was able to purchase the Nintendo Switch 2 on Saturday, July 27th, which is, I want to say a solid month and a half after it was released. So when I got that email, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't really have the money right now. However, I did it anyway. I purchased it. Was it my best financial decision? No, probably not, because the money could definitely be going elsewhere. However, I only had a limited amount of time to purchase it. So I went ahead and I pulled the trigger and I did it, and I am so freaking excited about it. My last Nintendo Switch, it actually broke a few months ago, so I haven't been able to play any of my games, especially Dreamlight Valley, in so long. And I'm so excited to play Disney Dreamlight Valley again. That is hands down my favorite game. I spent so many hours playing that game. Anyway, that was kind of random. Sorry. I saw that script in my stickers and it reminded me. So anyway, if you also like to play Nintendo games or cozy games, let me know down below. But I think that's pretty much it for this week. Thanks again for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more content like this, please hit the subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm really trying to get to 1,000 followers or 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I know that's kind of pushing it because I'm not even quite at 100 yet. But if anybody would like to help me out with that, that would be greatly appreciated. I will link everything that I can down in the description box below. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.